We welcome you again. We are still at the 7th edition of the Harvest Money Expo in 2023. We are down here in Kololo. We are seeing quite some science here, and we would like to talk to this gentleman to tell us what this is, because it's really overwhelming. Maybe you can simplify it for us and tell us how we can gain out of it.
You're welcome all. My name is Chonde Edrin.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you too. I'm coming from Prof Bioresearch. It's led by Omkeng Funyazi Julius. Now this is what we call the hydroponic system. Okay. Hydroponic system simply means growing things or plants soilless, in that we use water as the component where we put the fertilizers so that we grow our plants. One of the reasons to why we resorted to this kind of technology is that it uses limited space, whereby even if you are in Kololo, you are in Nakasero, you are in a certain apartment, you can have this kind of system on your place that you have, and then you grow your plants. You can grow spices, you can grow vegetables like tomatoes, onions. In that way, you will also grow organic, 100% organic plants. Yeah.
You've said there is no any bit of soil.
No soil. No soil is required to grow crops here.
So are there any limitations, any specific crops that can be grown into the what you've called hydroponic? Or I can use it to grow any kind of plant, bananas, coffee, or what?
Now when it comes to this setup, you see it's limited, whereby the space where they grow, you need fibrous roots, Yes. Plants which have fibrous roots. As you see, this is peppermint, and it has just tiny roots. So you don't require heavy feeders like bananas, because they are so heavy to be on this system. So you need something of this kind. Yeah.
So we all know the advantages of soil and the different nutrients that are found in soil. Yeah. How do you then supplement them for this system?
Okay, so now when you look at the soil, it's like the major reason why we plant in soil, it's giving the plant support so that it can be firm. Okay, so now here, what would work as soil? There are stones inside the pots. As you see here.
Yes.
Yeah, they are stones. So stones, they are the ones that farm the vegetables. Okay, so in water, it's where we pour the fertilizers, the NPK composition and other trace elements such as the magnesium, zinc, sulfur. So we have organic fertilizers that we make as we Prof Bioresearch. For example, the water hyacinth, the water hyacinth fertilizer that we make from the water hyacinth weed, that we find on our lakes, Victoria and the rest. So we make that because it has a high concentration of NPK, which is nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, which is over 500 parts of nitrogen, 300 parts of phosphorus and 100 parts of potassium.
Yeah.
So that high concentration, it's what helps these herbs to grow on this kind of system without need of any other support of nutrients.
Oh, that's fantastic to know. I'm seeing a lot of water use, and you've talked about it being done it's possible for me to have it in town, like you said.
Yeah.
And we all know that the water bill in town is quite expensive, and the water is usually treated. So how do I go about the water bill? Because I see there is a lot of water in use, and how do I go about the chemicals that are put in water for treatment? Are they okay?
Okay. So now when it reaches to that, we don't put any kind of chemical in this. If you have tapped water, you can first leave it somewhere for like 1 week, so that chlorine evaporates, because when you put it where heat is, chlorine evaporates. Now the other thing, we have a reservoir down. Yeah, we have a reservoir, and we also have a pump the other side. So you just have to pump water to rotate within the system just once every after 3 days. So the water, it's recycled every after 3 days. In that way, it can't become contaminated.
So you're saying the water, after using it up, then it goes back down, and then we use it again?
You use it again.
Doesn't
for about 2 months when you've not yet changed the water.
Oh.
Yeah.
So when it goes down, is there any cleaning system here down, or it automatically does that?
It doesn't require cleaning because of the things that we put inside.
Okay.
For example, there are no chemicals. Since there are no chemicals, there are no any kind of chemical reactions, okay? So we also put in other things which are highly organic, which prevent the water from going bad. Yes, that's how we control this system.
Nice to know. Now, for someone out there who would like to do this kind of setup, maybe on a bigger scale, or in their backyard at home, how can they get you?
Yeah, you can get us at Equatorial Mall, Prof Bioresearch. It's where we located, and we have all these systems. This complete set is at 1.5, and it comprises of the system, which is the pump, the reservoir, everything as you see here. We have the plants of different varieties that you can still grow. Everything regarding this system, the technical know-how. So even if you need something bigger than this, you can also have it. Okay. We have it in this electronic version or automatic. We also have the manual version. The manual version is 500,000. Then the automatic one is 1.5.
And what is the capacity? How many plants can be grown on those setups?
The plants, they are around 200 on this setup.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you very much for having us. Let's leave you now so that you can continue. Thank you.